Crime is a complicated problem. It can be difficult to find the causes and the most effective ways of stopping it. This week we dig into the reality of crime in America, the threat of violent crime and whether it's getting worse, and what can be done to help victims find peace. This is The Race. Retail crime is a multi-billion-dollar problem for stores across the country. Maybe you've seen videos of people smashing and grabbing products and running right out the door. But now stores, including this one here in Silicon Valley, are using high-tech tools to try and stop theft. These are sounds synonymous with the steady flow of business.
Oh.
But that...
We actually have an alert.
Right now?
This lady put something in a bag. It doesn't necessarily mean she's stealing, but it's picking up that gesture.
Is just as important to Rick Sanchez's grocery store's profit.
So essentially, we're training the cameras to see. We're giving them a brain.
In the back, Haram Malji showed me what his company Vision created that's being used in this store and many others nationwide.
These are actual incidents that took place. So if you notice, the gentleman there is putting something into his backpack.
Artificial intelligence, high-tech computer software that can detect gestures and movements that could be shoplifting. The technology doesn't go off a person's sex, race, or how they're dressed.
There it is.
When there's an alert, an employee reviews the video to make a final determination.
I mean, these cameras can recognize if I take something off a shelf and I put it in my pocket. That's the type of thing that it can pick up.
That's correct.
All right.
I tried it myself. I grabbed something out of the fridge and put it in my bag. Rick?
There it is.
Got an alert.
Got you putting it right into the bag.
Rick says this system stops at least one shoplifter a day. According to the National Retail Federation, more than half of stores are increasing what they spend on security.
And sadly, crime is impacting the prices consumers pay as well. And retailers want to pass on as much savings as possible to the consumer, especially in times of high inflation. And theft and losses going out the door is impacting all of us.
Jason Stracheski told me part of the problem is some police departments don't treat retail crime as a high priority. And thieves, especially crime rings that resell stolen products online, take advantage of that.
A signal was sent that you could run into a store, steal property, run out the door, and either resell it online in another location for your own personal profit, and no one was likely to file charges or come after you.
Right now, the National Retail Federation is pushing Congress to pass 2 bills by the end of the year. One would create a Homeland Security task force that would help law enforcement share information on organized retail crime across state lines. The other would force online marketplaces to verify third-party sellers to make it more difficult for stolen items to be sold.
We're adding a tool that can really help combat the organized retail crime, right? It's a problem that's not going to be solved overnight.
I did ask Haram what he would say to those who see artificial intelligence as Big Brother.
With the right guidance in place, I think we can introduce those technologies to small business owners and to enterprise businesses to help make the world safer and better for everybody.
In our tests, the AI didn't catch me every time I tried to steal from the store. But when it did,
See, and it even says very suspicious.
it was when I was alone in an aisle and easily could have walked out had this software not been in place.
You could have got away with it, yeah.
I think that we just need to pay a little bit more attention to them and understand that they have purpose and they're not disposable.
In this house, something beautiful is growing.
My name is Ryan Harris, and I'm the founder and CEO of nonprofit organization As I Plant the Seed, and you are in the Treehouse.
In a neighborhood notorious for gun violence, where the odds are inherently stacked against the people who live here, a safe haven exists for kids and teens to escape the streets and focus on what could be, what could grow.
You come here, you get what you need, you equip, get some skills, you network, you learn, you grow.
Well, first of all, before we even do this, how was everybody's day?
As I Plant the Seed offers free programming like this Talk to Me weekly mentorship program to the youth of North Philadelphia, a neighborhood where nearly half of residents live below the poverty line. And here, though, love and support overshadows what's happening beyond its walls. Founder Ryan Harris, who
What's up?
Can be tough to pin down for an interview. Says this is all by design, trying to stop violent crime at the roots, exposing kids to other options.
A lot of them just need opportunity.
Violence is an incredibly complex phenomena, so are the solutions to it.
Katerina Roman is a criminal justice professor from nearby Temple University.
The years of, I think, oppression and not thinking about restoration and community healing has made it very difficult to do anything in the short term.
Since the early 90s, violent crime across the country has been actually going down significantly. However, the first year of the pandemic brought about a dramatic increase in gun violence and homicides, spiking 30% in 2020, according to FBI data.
You had this external shock to the system of the pandemic.
Roman points out that we don't quite have enough data since 2020 to establish a trend yet, but she believes that a perfect storm of pandemic stress, rise in fentanyl, and the shift it caused in drug markets, increases in illegal guns, and historic neighborhood segregation have all led to this uptick.
Is because we are not appropriately targeting positive resources to those communities that need it most.
While crime is often talked about in a broad sense, every neighborhood, every zip code has its own unique challenges.
And I'm not telling y'all to go in there and be best friends. I'm saying to speak and be cordial and build from here. Can we do that? That's easy. That should be easy. Just being a mentor. You step into the role being a father, an uncle, a big brother, and just guiding them and just trying to teach them the right thing.
What groups like Ryan's do is target the unique needs of his immediate neighborhood by creating familiarity and trust. Roman says these programs are effective, but more research and funding need to be allocated to these types of grassroots groups to make a bigger impact.
A lot of these organizations don't have the capacity to be responding to grants, to be staffing to the level that they need.
We ain't looking for this to stay this way. We looking for adding value by every time we add value into the youth, it's spreading. It's contagious.
Regardless, he will continue the work that he deeply believes in because he knows the cycle of violence can only be broken by people who continue to sow the seeds of opportunity.
Important part, just being able to be here, be open, be available to them when they do need you.
I'm Vanessa Mashanya.
The race continues next.